welcome to the first attempt at creating a podcast called the Cannabis Community Corner. I'm Ron Mullins. I zine for various activist organizations, including the Marijuana Democratic Club, Brownie Mary. I also run the local NORML chapter in Sacramento. So I've never done this before, and the whole purpose of this particular podcast is hoping that these people would call in. What's the word we're using, Keith?
What?
Call in? What is it?
It's just basically
join the hangout, I guess is the term.
Joining the
and
panel.
Then maybe I can talk to them. But so far it's just us, right? Still?
Yeah, but you need to give me the link to the YouTube where this is being displayed, so I can.
How do I do that?
See the chat and all that.
Okay, so let me go to YouTube.
On your YouTube, where you went live, there's a place where
live events scheduled.
Yeah, if you that one that's there, if you just click the window, it'll take you straight to the YouTube.
To live event. It shows. Okay, here it is. Basic info. How do I? Where's? I don't. Okay. I don't see. Oh, let me see a
No, you just
we're on the air. I don't see a link. I have to click on it first.
Just click on the window. It'll take you.
And then
open up another window.
Okay. And it says watch equals that link. All right. I'm going to try to send that over. What do you need that for? Just out of curiosity.
No, after you go to that, so I could watch the chat because I don't know where that's at.
Okay. So.
Okay.
Did I just sent you?
Yep. Perfect. Thank you.
Okay. Now, how do we attract people like we did before? How do we get people to come to join it?
Came on their own, I guess. Okay, there's nobody in the chat.
Is there a tagging? Maybe.
Yeah, I just said hello to the chat. There's nobody there. There is if you
so
like,
it says 0 viewers. What?
If you like it, it'll go to your wall, and then people that are connected to you will see it. So
how do I like it? Oh, and on YouTube.
Yes.
Awesome. This is a very fascinating process. A little scary.
I know, it's kind of weird. It's like a testing process or testing procedure on its own. Trial and error.
Well, no, just that. Okay, more thumbs up. I like this. Now what's that gonna do?
Like I said, that's gonna send it to all your friends.
Narcissistic.
They're gonna know that you thumbed up something.
Oh, on
Google+.
And then I can take that link and tell people to ask. Do I have to add them back before they can chat?
And no, only if you want to invite them into the panel.
On this chat.
You can.
Okay, so if I were to want to
go up to the top, and if you put that, if you say invite people and you put public, it'll invite everybody. Okay, now we have 2 people watching.
Okay, there's 2 viewers now.
Yeah.
Hello?
We're testing out. I've never done this.
I lost my sound.
Particularly want to interact. How do you know? Viewers want to be on talking
rather than just.
Oh, there we go.
This.
That was weird. I lost you for a minute.
We already lost one. I guess we're that boring. I tried to click on the viewer. I can't see who it is. Or talk about cannabis and the land as it pertains to politics, and we're 20 new legislations trying to go through the California legislature this year. And all those sorts of things on this program, probably once at least a week, I'm hoping. So how do I let the viewers work?
How do you get them to talk? You have to bring them into the panel.
Or do they request it? So somebody's
You have to. They
Listen to
have to
question.
be part of your circle.
okay.
An easy way is if they're like in the chat.
So if you guys want to ask questions, I am the lost another viewer. Try not to take her first. I am the the Sacramento director of Normal, and I also am the vice president of Brownie Mary Democratic Club. And if you have any questions about law, cultivation, or this, answer them. We're not really going to get into how you can make a bunch of money, or how to vend, or how a bunch of plants in a city that's trying to stop you from growing. But we generally lead you in the right direction. So helping me is fear porn propaganda. That's much I'm using Google. I was going to hopefully have a question here. But now, can I chat them?
Yeah. What you need
How
to
do
do
I?
is, what you need to do is take the YouTube link and send it to the Facebook, so you can connect with all those.
Facebook.
Yeah, that way everybody in your Facebook that wants to listen can come in.
Right, but I want to talk. There's two
If
people
they're
listening
in
right now.
here,
If they want to ask a question, what would happen? Can click something and they're going to get it, ring it.
so you're breaking
They're going
up.
to join the conversation. Is that what happens?
I think you might need to repeat that because you
Like I've heard on the. I'd like to know because that's what I. How do these viewers ask questions or join the conversation? Can we get the evolution of cannabis in media has been changing since the days of reefer madness, and now there's a lot of mainstream program laws have actually changed where you can show cannabis and not have to have a moral that's against cannabis, like they kind of installed during the Reagan era and the just say no drug war. So I'm just rambling now. Keith, where'd you go? Okay. I'm breaking up. You know what it is? It's probably this stupid Bluetooth that's breaking up. I didn't want to do it on this Bluetooth.
It sounds like it's working
Since
now. It seemed like while you were in that.
Now I got 3 viewers. If you guys viewing want to join the conversation, I'd like you to, because this is my first time doing this and I need to practice allowing viewers to interact with them. So, yeah, you see a lot of closet stoner depiction in media right now. You see characters who kind of espouse stoner values, but they never show them smoking a bong like the parents on the middle show. They're always late. They're low motivated, completely contented watching TV and those kind of stereotypes, but they don't ever actually show them smoke. And then you got to show like Undateable, where the lead guy is total stoner, but he never talks about weed. And then they have an extra stoner character, Ron Funches, who's hilarious. If you can stomach sitcoms, you should watch it. It's he makes some funny little cracks, jokes that teeter on, kind of hating on stoners, but at the same time, we kind of all laugh at ourselves. And in the future, when I'm actually prepared to do these topics, I'll have maybe clips and stuff too. Shows that are being anti-cannabis right now in the media. There's one on A&E, the Bates Motel, the Norman Bates continuation. They're perpetuating all the negative stereotypes about guerrilla cultivation versus regular cultivation. They have the Bates Motel is near a Humboldt type of fictitious town, and they had an immolation of a person that was related to weed. This season, one of the Norman Bates's brother is growing 99 plants on the hill, and is having run-ins with the local, played by the guy from Sons of Anarchy that's really popular, of Opie. I forget the actor's name, but so I actually am 4 episodes behind on that, to be honest. So I'll catch up on that before I talk about that. But still, nobody's tried to join the conversation.
Yeah, I'm trying to talk
I don't
to
even
people,
know.
but nobody's out there talking on the chat. So the people that are out there
Okay.
watching, you're welcome to chat with us.
Oh, I should be
In the
watching a
window.
chat. Is there a chat stream? Oh, on YouTube, there's a comment stream, right?
Yeah, it's a chat
I need
stream
to bring
and
that
it's
up, too.
live. So, but there's nobody talking currently, so I don't know who's there.
Okay.
And maybe
All
they
right.
can't figure out how to get there. I'm not sure how the deal.
Okay.
But people out there,
But
if you want to chat with us, there's a window.
we're going to
where you
use
can
this
go to
also
YouTube.
to answer questions about cannabis law in California, cultivation being banned all over the state. Meanwhile, we have a drawing down of federal intervention. The new attorney general has been directed
You started breaking up again. I don't hear you at all now. You want to switch headphones? You want to just switch
Stop
headphones?
stealing your shit.
Hold on, stand by too.
Forfeiture, the basics. Go in the other room. Go. Before you
I
go.
just turned my thing on. So.
All right, because you start that. I heard that on your podcast. That
I know, that's crazy.
so amateur. That's why we're having this test. Is because we don't want to be a bunch of stoner amateurs. I was talking about civil forfeitures. Yes, they can come and say they think you're growing too much weed and then take your boat, take your property. No, you got to go in the other room so you can tell if I'm broadcasting then.
I can hear you.
He's already forgotten what we were doing. That's the producer. So civil forfeitures has been utilized by local governments in order to make a profit off of stealing people's property by accusing them of producing drugs. And by its very nature that it's civil, not criminal, means you don't actually have to be convicted. So if you're not convicted of a crime, they could take your property, and then local governments would just keep taking property, land grabs, property grabs, throwing people in jail, letting them go, keeping their cash, keeping their property, keeping their belongings. That has been instructed by Obama to stop. So that's one component. And so on a local level, there's going to be less incentives for these crazy attacks. And then also federally, they're stopping and taking a wait and see approach, supposedly, to legal cannabis in Colorado, Washington, and hopefully. So there's a list that was published by the Department of Justice of these guidelines. There's 8 of them. If you weren't around when that happened last year, I don't have them in front of me. I could probably go find them, and when we do an actual live broadcast, I'll have it ready. But don't let children, don't let it get out of the state. Have some, watch out for health and safety with DUIs and blah 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 blah. So as a result, now we are going to see a flood of legislation coming in to Sacramento, the capital. Everything from breaths or mouth swabs they want to do to find out if you smoke weed recently. They're trying to do cultivation bills. They're trying to do a whole revamping of the medical marijuana regulation. And what was that sound, Keith? Was that the sound of people hanging up? I got a big blamp in my ear. I thought maybe
I didn't hear anything.
Nobody else heard anything. Okay, probably something going on in the computer. Sorry about that. So, what were we just talking about? That's what this show is. There it is again. I think it's when people go on and off. It's blinking.
Okay, that was a ding. That has to do with this little chat window. Whenever you do something in the chat window, it makes a little ding.
Oh, is somebody chatting us? No.
That was me.
Okay.
I was.
Oh, you're chatting me, and
I was trying to chat this David person.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay.
Because
I think it's your name that's scaring people away. Fear porn, propaganda. Anyways, his is some paranoid blog. It has nothing to do with our cannabis community blog, which is more geared towards producer, roommate, friend, helping. So, anyways,
I've produced my own type of thing.
And then when people call in, if you have any question in the wide world about cannabis, if I don't know the answer, I know someone who does, and we'll do. If I can't answer it, we'll do a whole show about it with someone who does. And we're going to be having guests on. I'm sure we'll have people like Don Duncan. I'm going to invite Hezekiah Allen, just about everybody from the Normal board that I work with in Sac Normal. Get some Cali Normal people coming on. And hopefully start a more extended and more thorough dialogue about the specifics of these bills, because kind of what happens is they write these really long, insane bills that are governing us with these little lines and riders and whatnot. And even when you're a wonk and you're into politics, you're reading page after page, and every word has to be explained. So if you're using the word cultivation, then they have a whole line about what does it mean in this bill, the word cultivation. And by the time you get to the meat of it, it's exhausting. So we're hoping to get some experts in to can kind of explain things. I thought maybe we could have some kind of comedy sometimes, stoner translations. Gandalf, the grumpy grower. You shall not pass that evil legislation. I don't know, stuff like that. So, I kind of was just doing this one to try to see if we can get people to ask questions and then learn
it doesn't
that.
Seem like anybody wants to come on right now. Maybe they're shy.
No. Now, can you tell? I can't tell if it's the same people coming on and off, or it's people coming on and then leaving because the sound of my voice is annoying.
I can't see it. You're the one that can see it because
it just says viewers. It doesn't say anything else.
I can see that on the actual view, the actual YouTube. It says there's 3 watching now.
Yeah. Oh, on YouTube. Well, I'm looking on Google Plus. So if I look on YouTube, can it tell me who's watching?
It'll only tell you that there is people watching. It doesn't tell you who.
Okay. There it is. 3 watching now. I gave it a thumbs up. Thank goodness no one's given it a thumbs down yet, but they probably should.
I gave it a thumbs up. The people that are in this chat window, this little small chat window, in the Google Plus, they're watching. Or if they're in there, they're watching.
There's a picture of me. I work for Dope Magazine, NorCal. The first issue's coming out in June. So there's that. I'm writing a couple product features, but I'm also doing their political column. And, you know, I also want to learn how to put up links for them to see. Like, I write a blog for SAC Normal. If you go to sacnormal.org, click on the blog link.
In the future, we'll have a event set up ahead of time, so you can invite people ahead of time, like maybe a week in advance or
Okay.
something.
You put up
And
links.
you'll be able to put links all up in that, in the
Right.
description and whatnot. If there's links,
So we
that
don't
you
even
want
know why
to
we have
see
viewers now, or
currently,
even if they're into
you would just put
cannabis
them
or
in
not,
chat.
do we? So how
Yeah,
do
you would just
we
put them in chat.
get this to where, like, we can get cannabis users listening? Like, maybe the people who are listening right now don't even know what cannabis is. Is that the cat?
Yeah,
Shut that down,
right.
Kathy.
I don't know why.
That's our cat,
in
Kathy.
the room. I don't know why she's in here.
That is not a sound effect, but I do plan on using the sound effects feature for this blogcast, whatever. I hate all these words.
I just call it
So
pod
we've got-
for short, but yeah, usually it just podcast.
okay. So now for some reason I open the thing and the share is blocking my view. Okay, I can move it of the viewers. Okay. All right. So
you're still showing that picture. Why don't you show that what you were showing, or what you were showing on the other one that we tried doing?
what was
Where you were
the normal meeting next Wednesday at Perco's Restaurant downtown Sacramento, where you can see all of this live. We have a tribal lawyer coming to talk about the intentions of the Native American tribes with their cannabis production, which they're going to be doing on tribal lands. Is that moving around on your screen?
Yeah.
Oh, so I shouldn't do that, huh?
You're
Okay.
making it bigger
And then, and then I wrote about Hillary Clinton. It's a article. What do cannabis users? What does Hillary have? What does that mean? What does a Hillary Democratic candidate mean to cannabis users? And pretty much, I write about 2,000 words of that we don't know, but we know that Bill didn't inhale. We know a lot of people will accuse the Clintons of smoking in Wesley College.
Why is the arrow going to the right?
That's a good question. I took that right from Hillary's. Campaign logo.
Yeah, I've seen that logo.
So yeah, that is kind of, and it's red too. Okay, it's red. So red pointing to the right. I think that's a subliminal message. This is my graphic I'm going to use if we have no rats, and then the Cannabis Community Corner. But yeah, so what were we just talking about?
Tell the viewers about the Cannabis Community Corner so they can join that.
So we're making what's you tell them.
Oh, okay. Well, Ron made a Cannabis Community Corner group
That's the word I could.
A community group, basically, in Google Plus. So if you want to join anything, like learn any of the new stuff anything that's going on, he's going to be posting everything up there. And if you need to communicate, that's the place to communicate with any like-minded individuals associated with the cannabis community.
And remember, no one should ever go to a jail for a plant. So anybody ever has trouble, they should contact their local normal chapter, their local ASA chapter. There's a lot of people that are not up with the learning curve on cannabis. There are cops driving around who think it's still illegal. We met cops as late as a year ago who think medical is fake. So it's really up to you to advocate for yourself, and don't let them search you. Ask if you're being detained. Don't be very careful with police encounters. I know there's a lot of problems right now with, Baltimore and cops and abuse. And one of the ways cops use to try to target people now, it's in addition to the color of their skin, is they're not trying to really target. I don't think they really care about race. They care about class. And a lot of people of color are shoved into a lower class. So these cops look at them as low class. There's low class white people too. And how they find them is the smell of weed. When they smell weed on you, they instantly think that you're non-productive, probably unemployed, blah blah blah. At the very least, they know they can scare you, and they'll try to talk you into allowing them to search. But generally, they can't search. And there was a Supreme Court case. They cannot search based on smell. One of the tricks they use is they'll say, is that marijuana I smell? And you could say, oh yeah, my grandma's a patient, she smoked on me. But you verify that he smelled marijuana. And now that opens up he considers that permission to conduct his investigation. So then he can search you based on that. So the only answer when a cop says he thinks he smells marijuana is, I don't smell anything. Because no court of law can prove what you did or didn't smell at any given time. You're not verifying anything, and he can't exploit that to search you. So, all right. Well, we're encouraging people to call and ask questions about anything cannabis. We've been kind of bouncing all over the place with this this practice episode, in order to hopefully get somebody to join the conversation. We've had the viewers popping in and out, but it seems like maybe we probably should just set it up with some people we know to try to dial in. I don't know if these people keep just checking in and out, and they're not.
And then have the chatters kind of communicate with the people, and maybe have one at a time come on and communicate with the people. That would be a good.
But I can. Well, no, I can't find the viewers, but I can definitely invite people. Okay, so all right. Well,
you could do an open.
I guess we're gonna stop now.
But you need to get. You have to get noticed first.
What?
You have to be, out there a little bit before, like, you'll have people.
No, I understand. It's everybody's out dancing. It's Friday night. No, Saturday night.
Exactly.
Lost today.
And probably people are just listening on their phone right now, so they can't join in. Because it would affect, where they're at and stuff. They're probably just listening.
Okay. So then when we want to do a public forum like the Google Hangout, but broadcast it on YouTube, how does that happen?
What do you mean? That's exactly how it happens. You broadcast it from Google Hangouts to YouTube. It's in both. But the only way to get the chat is to do it through YouTube. Because you could do it through Google Hangouts, but you won't get the chat.
You're cutting in and out now. What microphone are you using?
I'm using the headphones one.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
You like that? So, because sometimes you take a long time to answer.
I like that.
So when you do, I'm just going to go.
Yeah, I don't think it's hearing my headphones. I think it's hearing only the computer.
I want to test the Cricket. Keep talking, and I want to see if the Cricket goes over you or if it cancels you out. Start talking.
Okay, so just go on like I usually do.
Okay, it goes over you. That's good to know.
It goes over.
Okay. And if people call in and they're like trying to promote their business and bothering me, I'll go. There, what?
How are you doing that?
You go. You're supposed to be teaching me this. Go to the magic wand at the left at the.
Yeah, but I don't use these like things.
And then it'll come up, and you hit the toggle switch until you get to sounds. It's easy.
Yeah, it's so.
So if you're interested in joining our conversation, you can
toggle to sounds.
Chat us and ask.
Oh, okay. And then you just hit something.
Yeah. See, there it is. That was very annoying.
Okay.
Yeah. See, learn something new every day.
Aha.
Oh, I didn't even push the button. I just highlighted it and it went off.
No, I did that.
Oh, that's funny. I highlighted the drum and then you did the drum. What are the
Right.
chances? See, that's what I need. Now, if people are going to be calling in and be like, come down to my club, blah, blah, blah.
I don't know.
If they're
That's
not
pretty fun.
like
I wonder if we can
sponsoring
get
us,
more
I'm
of
going to
these
be like,
things.
there we go. I don't
There it
know.
is.
We're going to sound
Yeah.
like morning show DJs. We got to keep it to a
Yeah.
limit.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I've had the truth people. Some of them do that for fun because you know they like to have like bring a kind of jokey element to it instead of like kind of doomsdaying everybody all the time.
Right.
So like when someone comes on, you'll hear the clapping or something. I've heard that. Not on mine, on other people's that I've been
Right.
invited to. And then as you get noticed, you may be invited to other stuff as well.
I'm trying to think of a good sound effect to let you know how boring you're being right now.
That would be the crickets.
Nah.
Probably.
Oh.
There you go.
That's the sound of our two viewers. All right. I'll be in charge of the sounds. So you know, you got to stop. I don't know. If I do my hair and stuff, I'll be on camera sometimes, but not as a rule. If I have like a real hot girl, I'll make sure we're on camera.
There should be a show. Wing.
So, all right. So, if I want to add somebody to this right now, I can do that, right?
Yeah, you want to go to the top.
I go up
and
to
the
people.
left.
Don't tell me. Go to people. I'm going to see if Dave's around because he just added me,
Okay.
and he's our tech guy at SAC Normal. So, maybe he's always a good, let's see, invite. All right. We're going to try this. We're going to invite somebody from my extensive network of cannabis
So now he's basically
enthusiasts to join the chat.
and if he's like on his phone, then he'll have to pick up his phone. If
What
he's
time
on
is it?
his
It's
computer.
9:41. Okay, it's not too terribly appropriate.
Well, you're just testing.
So ask me a question, Keith. Let's practice. Ask me a question.
Okay, so how about describe the perception of the marijuana being a Schedule 1 drug?
The perception? What does that even mean?
Yeah, and why that is, like why the law has it as a Schedule 1 drug, and how we're
Because
going
of
to
politics.
Schedule 2.
Because of politics, plain and simple. It's already the science is showing that it has medicinal value, and on its very description, Schedule 1 is no medicinal value. So we had a court case. The judge passed on it. They're lobbying. There's this new CARERS bill. If you all haven't heard of the CARERS bill, I could probably now if I put up a thing, a website, right? Will it let them click on it, or is it just going to be on a video screen? It's just going to be on a video screen.
No, it won't let him click on it. You'd have to give him a link in like the chat or something.
We can Google CARES Act, CARERS Act. It's the new marijuana policy. The acronym stands for Compassionate Access, Research, Expansion,
Send it
and
to me in
Respect
the chat window
States
and I'll
Act.
put it on,
I'm working on it. No, I got it.
and then I'll
I'm
send
good,
it to
I'm good.
the
Yep,
chat.
yes.
And that way, if somebody's there, they'll be able to grab it.
Oh, the link?
Yeah.
Okay, I could do that too, but here's what we're talking about, okay? Now y'all can see that? That's the bill itself, right? And then I can
see the
do
link up
a link to it. I want to do the link to myself in the chat, so give me a second. Okay, so this is the CARES bill. Part of it changes marijuana to Schedule 2. Now, this isn't necessarily a favorite of cannabis enthusiasts because Schedule 2 marijuana would put it under the purview of Big Pharma. And God knows what they're going to do with that. So does now only you see that link, Keith? Are you going to put it in the YouTube comments? Is that what we do? That's probably what we should do. I'm going to put it in the YouTube comments. So if you want to read this bill, it's got a lot of interesting stuff.
The question and answer thing, the Q&A, that allows viewers to ask questions, and it'll pop up on the screen here.
Okay, so, but I can also add a comment, can't I? Now, what if I put it in this YouTube chat? Like that. What does that do? Comments can't contain links. Well, that's stupid. I guess that's part of their whole not letting me get over advertised too. So I'm not going to.
You got to tell them to put
Right.
the www or
Did it just show my screen with the dog?
you just put it in the window. It'll figure it out,
Right.
the URL. I put the Congress .gov bill 114th Congress Senate bill thing in the
So the CARES Act,
In
it's
the
been
chat.
sponsored by two Democrats, one what I call Republican-ish politician, the guy Ron Paul's creepy son. And while it's not perfect, there's a lot of good stuff in it. Where there's a lot of people working to amend it, and it could very well, on a federal level, end this treating of marijuana like it's as bad as heroin, which is what the Schedule 1 status does. And in all our courts, when they bust people for marijuana, the first thing the feds do is they say it's a Schedule 1 drug. And there's certain protocols for prosecuting people with Schedule 1 drugs. So it's heroin, marijuana, some others. Cocaine and meth aren't even on Schedule 1. They're on Schedule 2. And they get prescribed. So when
Right, and it's my understanding that because it's on Schedule 1, it can't be tested, right?
Right. They're actually, and that's another myth, that there's no testing. And our own Hillary Clinton went on TV and said, "Oh, I need more information." There's a lot of testing going on. The problem is they're manipulating the testing. They will only allow testing by people who declare they're trying to find ill use. Actually, just recently, a doctor who's pro-cannabis and known to be pro-cannabis finally got a testing done. And the other thing is America isn't in a vacuum. We're on a planet, and there are other countries, and the most studies have been done in Israel. If you don't know that, Dr. Meshulam has been studying cannabis for years, and he discovered the endocannabinoid system, which is the actual nervous system type of set of receptors in your body that actually receive cannabis, and our body cannabinoids, and our body produces cannabinoids that are, and when it doesn't, we need exogenous cannabinoids. So that would be marijuana, which would provide that. You can, whether it's smoking or eating it, basically augmenting your endocannabinoid system. Anyways, you can go on YouTube, type in endocannabinoid system. There's great little movies, and little graphics. Don't take my word for it. All right, well, I guess we're going to stop for now. I think I got this down, and then we're going to go live with a real show with a real guest with some real graphics and links and organized information.
I think this was a pretty good test.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, my name is Ron Mullins. I am the director of Sacramento. I also work with the Brownie Mary Democratic Club. I write for Dope Magazine, NorCal. First edition will be out in June. Look for my article about the California Cannabis Industry Association, a group of organized lobbyists who go into the state capitol and try to fight for our rights to cultivate cannabis and to use cannabis in a safe adult manner. And remember, we're trying to legalize it, and we've got 2 filed and a third's filing. MCLR, write that down, MCLR. Google that. That's the bill that's ongoing. CCHI. Shout out to CCHI. That's the Jack Hare bill. It's come up every election cycle. They're trying to get some momentum And then there's the the Compassionate and Sensible Use Act, which is basically a patient's bill of rights. And we're going to have guests come on and talk about that. So everything legalized, we're going to talk about medical. We'll talk about anything as long as it's to do with weed.
Let them know where you can be found. Like your Facebook and your Google and your Google Plus, your YouTube, your
How do I do that?
whatever.
I'll
If
just
you
make
have
a.
Twitter and Tumblr, any of those kind of things that you want, so they could find you, and then you'll probably have this stuff kind of connected in that way over to those things.
All right. Well, I don't know which Facebook I want to use for this yet. It's probably my Rev Ron. If you go on Facebook and look up Rev Ron, I think it's just Rev Ron. They should see me. And
Facebook, pretty much.
/ Facebook. I also do the Wipeout Canophobia campaign. Go like that on Facebook. On Twitter, I'm Revron420. Twitter me up. I suck at Twitter. Somebody help me Twitter better. I know there's just a bunch of psychopathic narcissists on Facebook, but movie stars are on Twitter. It is my goal to, excuse me, one day do a tweet that catches the attention of somebody famous. That would be really amazing. I'm just being sarcastic. I'm also quite funny. I'm not a professional comedian, but I do have impeccable comedy timing, which I inherited from my mother. And I like to crack wise a lot. And so, of course, now I can't think of anything to say that. To prove that, you'll just have to take my word for it. And yeah, all right, I'm just meandering now. So thank you guys for listening. Are you saying they couldn't call in or check in or join? So what they do is they say add me to this, and they chat us. Is that what they would do? Keith,
What?
why are you doing that?
I was messing with you. What'd you say? I was doing that.
I know you were doing it. I don't even have the screen up. If these two viewers on here, wanted to talk to us, they could chat us, and then we add them. Is that what would happen?
Yeah, exactly. That's the best
Okay.
way.
Now, is this the chat stream that you and I are on? Where's the chat stream where I could see where they could chat us?
That is in YouTube. You have to go to the YouTube where this is.
Send me a link.
Okay.
Send me a link on that little side chat bar we're using.
Here you go. I think I already did send you a link.
Did you?
Yeah, there.
Okay.
I sent it already. There's
All right.
two times on here. Or no, you sent it to me. That's what happened. You already have it because you sent it to me.
Okay. So where on the screen is?
You go down.
So we got 2 thumbs up from ourselves. Okay,
yep.
let's. All right.
And you go further down. You see this.
Okay, so where it says.
Talk on there, and then we could talk back and forth, and I'll show you how it works.
Okay. Talk on where?
Say something.
Oh, say something here. Okay, so in here. So anybody that's listening to us right now can add a thing to that where I just said hi, right?
There you go. Okay.
So anybody listening to us, or do they need a link?
These people are here.
Okay, but they maybe just think we're weird and they don't want to say hi.
They could possibly, they could be shy, who knows?
Maybe they're not even really listening. Maybe they just accidentally clicked on it.
Not everybody wants to come and talk, chat. Sometimes
right.
People like
now you can chat your questions. If you have a question for me, the self-proclaimed expert on cannabis in the Tri-County area. No, there are people bigger than me, but I'm the one on the air right now, so I'm pretty knowledgeable. You can type it into the chat and say, hey, I live in this county, and I was wondering what the law was. I really don't know all the laws in all the counties, but I can tell you where to look. And I do know everything about everything that's going on in Sacramento, which is kind of a mess. we have a ban on outdoor cultivating, and we have a rule that you have to go through city planning in order to grow indoor.
If you want, I
So-
can invite someone in my land.
Who?
I don't know, just any of those people that I have in mind.
No, I've listened to your show. Those guys are nuts. I don't want the fear porn gang on here. I want nice stoners on here.
I have some people that are cannabis users and patients as well.
Okay. Who? How are you adding them?
They're in my circles, but I mean, I would just give them the.
So we
I
could
would put 'em in-
theoretically, if I hooked a mic up to this laptop at the normal meeting, we could do this and broadcast the normal meeting.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
That
as
would be
long
boring.
as long as nothing happens during the process, then
Well,
that's
you know
fine.
what? We'd have to get Percos to have a reliable dang Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah,
which
the
is gonna
Wi-Fi
be an issue.
might be twitchy. Who knows?
So.
You would definitely.
We are
need
monitoring
that.
the chat screen, so if anybody has any questions, we are actually trying to test this
I
feature.
tried also
of
inviting
letting people join.
Brandhouse and Richard Miller and
Richard
David
Miller's probably in bed.
Seidler.
He's a farmer. They get up with the chickens and they go to bed with the.
Yeah, he's probably in bed
Chickens.
already. Good point. And he'll probably, when I see him, he'll be like, someone else sent me something. I mean, I'll be like, that was Ron. So
You're all cutting
Eventually
out.
we'll
I
get
don't know
him
if
on.
that's just on Mike's end. What are you talking on? Because you're getting all this audio glitching and cutting out.
that happens from time to time. I think it's a matter of it recording versus playing it back, mixing in with someone else talking, and they try to
All
play
right.
on top of themselves. Kind of like a answering machine.
Okay. What were we just talking about before you took over?
Cannabis people, like whether or not we can put some people in here. How do we get them in to talk to you
Here.
and each other? Those type of things. That's what you were asking me.
Helping me learn.
And I'm saying that basically you need to connect the people you already have in your Facebook to your Google Plus, and then you can invite them from that. And invite all your circles.
So we were
See if
talking.
anybody comes in. What? I lost you. Hello?
Heroin and should be.
Oh, okay, there you are.
Uh,
Uh, Ah. Waiting for people.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Can you hear me? Why? Who's?
It's me.
Oh.
I'm coming on this.
Oh, here it has a question and answer with your app.
Yeah.
Okay. So it gave me authentication issues, but it's letting me back on. Apparently. Authentication
I don't know
issues.
what that is.
Go in the other room now. You're echoing. Sorry about that.
Are you still?
Are you
Google
still
kicked
getting
me out for
information?
authentication
Yeah.
issues.
So when you actually want to end, just push stop broadcast.
Right. Okay. Well, we got 3 viewers, so I'm not going to stop at this moment.
Well, see
I
if they'll
just
ask
smoked.
questions.
Now I'm ready to chat. No. What were we just talking about? Okay. If you have any questions, I just downloaded the app that is called Question and Answer, and I'm clicking on it now. So apparently it says feature disabled. Maybe it takes a minute to, but yeah. So
Yeah,
We're still live.
I know, and I'm hearing an echo too.
That's probably your own screen.
No, it wasn't like that when you were not in the room. So, okay, well, it says feature disabled, so I don't know how to enable it.
Are you still hearing an echo?
Nope,
Okay. Yeah, that was.
it was because you were too close. Feature is disabled. Do you use the question and answer feature yourself,
I don't.
Keith?
I haven't yet. I've seen other people use it. It's fairly simple. You just
All right.
click on it and you
It says feature is disabled.
then you need to enable it.
Which there's no like link to enable it. Hold on.
Mine says feature is disabled.
You can still ask questions in the YouTube chat site. Let me make sure I have that where I can see it.
Nobody's in the chat.
Okay. And I tried to pass that link and it wouldn't let me do that. That was annoying. We were talking about the Carrotsville. Oh, the 3 prongs. That's what we were just talking about before I was so rudely interrupted by Google shutting off. The 3rd prong of the pitchfork they use to poke legal cannabis in the butt is the DEA. Now, what is the DEA? Well, it's a government-funded group of thugs who apparently have paid cartels. other sociopathic behavior when attacks. The latest budget that Obama got through, and it's only for a year, mind you, actually defunds the DEA in its efforts to attack medical marijuana in states where it was voted in by voters, citizens. So there's the three prongs. They're being dulled. We got a new attorney general right now. She's preoccupied, of course, with Baltimore, and as she should be. But we're hoping maybe she'll direct some people to write some memos that'll create a new approach to know what the direct see an ad, so oh, they're legit, they're in the paper, right? So you're going to rent to them, and they're going to tell you, oh, we're going to pay you all this, so you're all excited and everything, and they fix the by saying, oh, you're they shouldn't, can't, and they try. If you follow cases, the Department of the city of Oakland wants them there, and the Justice Department of Justice has no business wasting resources on that, which is precisely what an Obama, the candidate, said when he was running, was he wasn't going to spend resources on it. So it's kind of been a flip flop. So the Department of Justice, new department head, so direction, and just blame the new lady, Loretta Lynch. She apparently still get had received their
Hey, it's not coming through all the way. You're coming in and out.
I still have full internet. I got all the internet.
I have internet. You're still live. No.
Who's shouting at you from in there while
All right, that was my.
No, I can't hear you. I'm gonna go out and come back in. Maybe me.
Oh, I'm not even connected.
Okay, well I'll go back in.
I hit stop broadcast, but I don't think I'm even connected.
I'll tell people that you're having problems.
YouTube video or no?
Yeah, I hear you now.
Oh, okay, well, I hit stop and it says stopping. We're going to stop this broadcast for now. We've got internet issues, but we're going to try to broadcast at 4:20 every week. Wait, stop broadcast failed. All right. Let's go try this again. We're going to try this once a week, probably on Tuesdays at 4:20. This is Ron.
I'll have an event set up ahead of time, so you'll be aware.
And we're back. What is going on? All right. I'm just going to stop the broadcast now. Good night. Thank you for listening.